cancel tomorrow's round of auditions. This is nuts.
Please welcome Sarah Michelle Gellar! Welcome to the show, Sarah Michelle.
I was saying the red lipstick, it definitely does something to the voice.
Oh, you've got something really good going on in that voice. Why don't we just do this interview like this, girl? Why not?
Good for me.
So,
I can't even hold it up. I would just totally start laughing.
Oh, I know.
My sexy voice only lasts about this long.
I can only hold
No,
out
just
to.
be-
Just
yeah,
because I'm silly in my brain,
That's-
so it just kicks in. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here. This is like super fancy.
Welcome
Can
to
we
Big
just have
Sexy.
it- This is like,
It's Big Sexy.
yeah.
So, you know, I'm a huge fan of yours. I love all your work. I'm so excited you're on Crazy Ones. You get to work with Robin Williams. Whoa. I mean, how is it working with him? He's such a sweetheart, but...
I think that's the thing that people don't realize is you think he's this crazy, funny Mrs. Doubtfire or Aladdin Genie, and he's just the kindest, like, most gentle man. And I'm always telling him, like, you know you're a legend, right? And he has no concept. He says it's all the drugs he doesn't remember. But I try to remind him often, but he's, like, the most humble man. I'm not nearly as humble as him. I'm working on it.
I don't think he ever slayed a vampire, so I get it. You
I don't
know
know.
what I mean? I get it. You know, I don't think I've seen him do any karate. Do you still have any of the moves from Buffy?
I mean,
you used to kick.
You
know?
I mean, I'm a bit older now, a bit creakier, but every once in a while, I take them out when I need to.
You whip out a sword and just, yeah, you got to. You're a mom now, so you definitely,
I
know you keep it in your back pocket, just in case. And a wife, you got to keep those moves on stash. I hear you teaching, you got everybody in the cast singing the songs from Frozen.
Oh, yeah, that is like, that is actually going to be in the dictionary as a disease soon. It's going to be like let it go-itis or something, because it's just, it gets in your brain and then it doesn't go away.
I'm fighting it right now.
Right? See, it's really hard. And Hamish Linklater, who's my co-star, has a daughter also, and so of course everything in our lives is Frozen.
And it was such a good movie.
It was a great movie. Kristen Bell, man, she's my girl.
She's coming to hang out with me.
Yes, she's the best.
She is. We had Dax here, her crazy husband, who ran all up in the audience and basically hosted the show. It was great.
I'm not going to host your show.
You sure?
No, I'm totally sure. I'm just going to hang, but I'm not going to host. They don't want, trust me, you don't want me to host.
I think I do want you to host.
No.
See, I'm not one of those people you can tell, don't do that, because you tell me not to, then I wonder. So you know, you're welcome to come. You already know what to do with the mic. Give me some microphone here.
Next week on the Queen Show, we have Miss Piggy. We have Kermit. We have Animal.
I think you got it. I think you got it. All right, so I'm going on vacation. I'll let you take over here.
I'm on hiatus. It's perfect timing.
Yeah, I'm going away for something. You take over for me. Freddie Prinze Jr. is your husband. I love him to death. He is so cool.
He loves you.
I love him.
He's like, you're going to go see the Queen today. He's like, that's some real royalty. I said, I know.
Oh, come on. He's too kind. I mean, I'm so happy for you guys. You're rocking it out. You're rocking it out, and you're young, and you're still doing your thing.
We're not so young.
I didn't say that.
We're not as young as we look.
It's in here.
Oh, then, yes, we're very young. Oh, yeah, if it's in there, oh, yeah. Or here.
I'm not as young either. Don't tell them.
No one's listening. No one's watching. 3 million people.
But, you know, I think it's so cool that, you know, he's very supportive of you. And when you're off doing, you know, working and doing your thing, he holds you down at home. He takes care of home. He cooks.
He does. He went to culinary school. I mean, he's like master chef. I can do the kids' food, but when it comes to, like, the real cooking, and his idea of a casual Friday is like, oh, I went to the store. I got some lobster. We're having these lobster tacos, and I designed this sauce and these cucumbers from the garden and I'm like, yeah, I had grilled cheese at work today, so.
What's the go-to meal that you just really want him to cook all the time?
I go through phases. For a while, it was sea bass, and it got to the point where he was so annoyed at me asking him to make it all the time that he stopped making it, and also then went endangered, so it also caused a few more problems. Made it a little harder to get. And he does an orecchiette pasta with pancetta and a little arugula from our garden that's amazing, and he's really creative.
Tell me about the garden. You have a garden at home.
We do. You know, it's one of the things that, you know, I'm a born and raised New Yorker, and, you know, one of the things if I was going to move here was I wanted to really be able to utilize the sun and all of that, and so we grow all of our own vegetables, and we use them for cooking, and we grow our own herbs. And
wow.
Notice I say we. Let me rephrase this. I did drive the car to the nursery one day to pick up some of the stuff, and I did bring it home, and I even carried it from the car.
Wow. Then that sounds like a we to me.
That's a we.
That sounds like a we. I mean, you did your part. You gotta know your role. You have kids, you have the garden. Is it still hard to get the kids to eat the veggies?
No,
or do they get into it since you have it there?
No, it's amazing. I think if you bring kids into something at a very young age and they understand the love and the pride of it, they take such different care of it. And for my daughter, when she takes a carrot or a piece of lettuce or kale or whatever from the garden, and she knows she made that, and she's just so proud of it. She brings it to show and tell for school, and like, honestly, her favorite thing. Can we make kale chips today? And I'm thinking to myself, like, I asked for Doritos. Like, that's but again, it's just that thing of if you bring them into that world early, and you know, we'll go to the farmer's market, and then she's like kind of like me, she'll talk to anyone, and all of a sudden she'll be like, oh, he has a farm in Ventura County, we're going, Mama, and I'll be like, okay, we don't just go to random people's farms, but okay, it's an interesting pickup line. But she did, and you know, we wound up going to their farm up in, you know, Ventura County and seeing how they grow the vegetables, and it was actually legit. It actually was legit.
It was legit. It was a legit farm. Hilarious, but it's perfect. Now, another thing that I hear you're really amazing at is couponing, and you know, we had the crazy coupon lady, Joni Deemer, here.
She's no joke. I mean, I have nothing on her.
Nobody has anything on her. I mean,
like they owe her money when she leaves the store, they pay her. I've seen it. It's like literally she leaves and they give her money. I'm like, that's past.
But I heard you have the skills, though.
Well, people keep joking because I do. I think of this stuff, and it was Christmas time. We had to get a Christmas tree, and we just moved, and so we couldn't go to the normal place we go. And my husband's like, well, let's go to what's around here. I'm like, oh, I keep seeing these signs for these Mr. Jingles. I guess we'll get a tree from Mr. Jingles. It sounds legit. Again, with my sounds legit. I was like, I wonder if they have coupons. And my husband's like, they don't make coupons for Christmas trees. I'm like, how do you know? Have you ever looked? Have you ever looked? And he's like, okay, go ahead. And I Googled, you know, and sure enough, there was this thing, and it was like 40% off the tree if you buy it online, and free delivery, and they wrap it up and they give you all like the tree stuff. So I paid, I bought the coupon, we drove to the lot, we took the kids, and you still get to pick out the tree.
Really?
And while we were in line, I'm handing this coupon. The guy looks at me like I'm crazy because no one's actually been silly enough to actually read the coupon. And then the best part was that everybody in line behind me was like, what is that? I was like, oh, it's a coupon I found online. And everybody left the lot, went home, did the coupon, and then came back later to go with the, you know.
That's brilliant.
And let me tell you, it was one of the most beautiful trees we've ever had. I mean, it was.
I know what I'm doing next year. Take my time and not fight the crowds. I'm already lined up to go. But we're gonna take a break because I have a little challenge for you when we come back. You up for it?
As long as it's not singing, I'm in.